Good morning. Thank you for joining me for another 5 good minutes with the Word. I'm Barry Bryson, and we're continuing our study of the biographical Psalms of David, and we're in Psalm 59 today. And this song is very early. It is the earliest of the biographical songs, the one with a biographical notation to it. And it says in the superscription of Psalm 51, to the choir master according to do not destroy. This is a tune David's already used. A miktam of David. He writes a lot of miktams. When Saul sent men to watch his house in order to kill him. So David's using a pre-existing tune. He didn't compose the tune of this song. He just wrote words to a tune that was already in his head that occurred to him in this moment. This is almost certainly describing the events of 1 Samuel chapter 19. David is a newlywed. He and his wife Michal, Saul's daughter, have their own house. David and Saul has decided that he needs to kill David because of David's success, because of David's popularity. And Michal helps deceive her father. She puts a statue in the bed and covers it up, and David escapes out a window. And then David is on the run for the next several years. And the wife of his youth, Michal, is given to another man as a wife, and yeah, I mean this is an event that is a watershed event. It's changed David's life for the next several years. He sounds awfully young. I mean, it's his voice when he's awfully young. You know, I love Tony Bennett, and you get Tony Bennett recordings from the early '50s when he's singing Rags to Riches, and his voice is so high and youthful and clear and bright. And then when he gets older, you know, his voice is strong, but there's breath in it, and there's age in it, and there's maturity in it. And I really prefer the older Tony Bennett's voice to the younger Tony Bennett's voice, and I have to say that's my preference with David's songs too. This is a young man who has been wronged and who wants people to pay for it. And that comes through in the 17 verses of this song. Deliver me from my enemies, O God. Protect me from those who rise up against me. Deliver me from those who work evil, and save me from bloodthirsty men. For behold, they lie in wait for my life. Fierce men stir up strife against me. For no transgression or sin of mine, O Lord, for no fault of mine. They run and make ready. Awake, come to meet me and see. You, Lord of hosts, are God of Israel. Rouse yourself. Punish all the nations. Spare none who treacherously plot evil. Each evening they come back howling like dogs, prowling about the city. There they are, bellowing with their mouths, with swords in their lips, for who, they think, will hear us? But you, O Lord, laugh at them. You hold all nations in derisions. O my strength, I will watch for you, O God, are my fortress. My God, in his steadfast love, will meet me. God will let me look in triumph on my enemies. Kill them not, lest my people forget. Make them totter by your power. Bring them down. O Lord, our shield. For the sin of their mouths, the words of their lips, let them be trapped in their pride. For the cursing and lies that they utter, consume them in wrath. Consume them till they are no more. That they may know that God rules over Jacob to the ends of the earth. Each evening when they come back howling like dogs prowling about the city, they wander about for food and growl if they do not get their fill. But I will sing of your strength. I will sing aloud of your steadfast love in the morning. For you have been to me a fortress and a refuge in the day of my distress. O my strength, I will sing praise to you. For you, O God, are my fortress, the God who shows me steadfast love. It's so vivid, and we see early on David's artistry with words. You know, the howling dogs, the packs of dogs prowling about the streets, howling until they get their fill, surrounding the house. Just the threat. He evokes the threat the ominous feeling that he's under so vividly in this song. He asks to God. He asks God for deliverance. I mean, that's the most important thing for us to understand. He understands that his future depends on God, that his deliverance depends on God, that there's no arrogance at all in this song whatsoever, but there is a desire for right to triumph over wrong, and for the people who have done wrong to know it, and for the people who have observed it all to know it. Don't kill them quickly. Make them suffer for a while so everybody will know what happens to people who act like this. But in the end, consume them with your anger so that they will know that there is a God in Israel. I mean, that's just there. That's just there in this song. Is that a healthy feeling to have? Whether or not it is a healthy feeling to have, it is certainly a feeling that we take to the Lord, which is what he did. It's not something that we take to other people or that we use as an excuse to exact our own revenge. David did none of those things. If he had a feeling in his heart that might be unhealthy for him, he laid that at God's feet and relied completely on God's deliverance. And I think that's an enormous lesson for us to learn. We're going to look at Psalm 60 next time. Thank you for joining me for another 5 good minutes with the Word.